I first noticed him because he never called for the ball. Every kid on the court had a different way of asking for attention. Some waved their hands frantically. Some shouted loud enough to shake the walls of the community gym. Others tried flashy dribbles they had seen online, hoping someone would admire them even if the move ended with the ball rolling out of bounds. But not Noah. He stayed in the corner, always ready, always watching, quietly moving where he was supposed to be. If the ball reached him, he passed it to someone else almost immediately. He celebrated every teammate's basket with a genuine smile, yet when he scored, he simply jogged back on defense as if nothing special had happened. Our youth basketball league had asked for volunteer coaches after 2 regular coaches moved away. Since I worked remotely as a graphic designer and had played college basketball years ago, I figured I could spare a few evenings every week. I wasn't trying to change lives. I just wanted to give kids a place to enjoy the game. There were 12 players on my team, all between 10 and 12 years old. After the first practice, I already knew most of their personalities. Tyler thought every possession belonged to him. Marcus couldn't stop talking. Ben laughed at absolutely everything. Eli forgot where he was supposed to stand every 5 minutes. Noah apologized every time he made the smallest mistake. "I'm sorry, coach. I'm sorry I missed that. I'm sorry I dropped it. I'm sorry." By the end of practice, I'd heard those 2 words nearly 20 times. The next afternoon, I found myself thinking about it. No child should apologize that much. At the second practice, I paired everyone into shooting partners. When I walked past Noah, he missed an easy layup. His shoulders immediately dropped. "I'm sorry." I caught the rebound and tossed it back. "For what?" "I missed." "So?" "I should have made it." I smiled. Michael Jordan missed over 12,000 shots. His eyes widened. He did. He also lost hundreds of games. I didn't know that. The difference wasn't that he never failed. The difference was that he kept shooting. For the first time, Noah gave a tiny smile. It wasn't much. But it was a start. Over the next 2 weeks, I made it my mission to get every kid involved equally. Nobody sat on the bench for long. Nobody got ignored. And nobody left practice without hearing something positive. One evening, after everyone else had gone home, Noah stayed behind helping collect basketballs. "You don't have to do that," I told him. "It's okay. You've already worked hard." He shrugged. "My mom says people remember the helpers." I laughed softly. "Your mom sounds smart." "She is." He said it with complete confidence. Not the kind of confidence kids usually fake. The kind that came from admiration. As we finished stacking the basketballs, I noticed he kept glancing toward the parking lot. "Waiting for your ride?" "My mom's working." "Who's picking you up?" "My aunt." He checked an old watch strapped loosely around his wrist. "She's usually late." I looked outside. Only 3 cars remained. Sure enough, nearly 20 minutes passed before an aging blue sedan rolled into the lot. A woman stepped out. She looked exhausted. She apologized 3 times before reaching us. "I'm so sorry." "No problem," I replied. Traffic was terrible. Noah immediately hugged her. She smiled despite looking completely drained. "Ready, buddy?" He nodded. As they walked away, I noticed she wore hospital scrubs beneath a heavy sweater. Probably finishing another long shift. Life wasn't easy for that family. I could tell. The following Saturday was our first league game. Parents filled the bleachers with coffee cups and folding chairs. Some treated it like the NBA Finals. Others spent more time staring at their phones. Noah's mother wasn't there. Neither was his aunt. When I asked if someone was coming, he simply smiled. My mom has work. You okay? She always asks how I played. So you'll tell her all about it. I always do. During the third quarter, Noah found himself completely open beneath the basket. Instead of shooting, he passed to Tyler. Tyler missed. Timeout. I called everyone together. Listen carefully. The boys leaned in. If you're open, I expect you to shoot. Noah stared at the floor. Especially you. His eyes lifted. But what if I miss? Then we'll run back on defense. And if everyone gets mad? I won't let them. The whistle blew. A minute later, Noah caught another pass. Wide open. He hesitated. The entire gym seemed to freeze. Then he remembered what I'd said. He shot. Swish. The quietest kid on the team had just scored his first basket of the season. The bench exploded. Even Tyler jumped off his seat. By the end of the game, Noah had 8 points. Afterward he walked over wearing the biggest smile I'd seen all month. Coach? Yeah. I wasn't scared that time. I held out my fist. He bumped it proudly. I noticed. Monday's practice felt completely different. Noah talked more. He laughed. He even joked with Marcus during warm-ups. Sometimes confidence only needs one successful moment to begin growing. As the weeks passed, our team improved. Not because we had the most talented players. Because they started trusting each other. Parents noticed too. One mother stopped me after practice. My son hasn't smiled this much in years. Another father shook my hand. Thanks for teaching them teamwork instead of yelling. I appreciated the compliments. But honestly, the kids were teaching me just as much. Especially Noah. One rainy Thursday, practice ended early because the roof started leaking. Most parents hurried inside with umbrellas. I stayed near the entrance making sure every child got picked up safely. Noah sat beside me on the bleachers. You like coaching? I do. Were you good at basketball? I used to think so. What happened? I got older. He laughed. My mom says grown-ups don't stop playing because they get old. Oh? They get old because they stop playing. I blinked. Your mom really says that? He nodded proudly. She has lots of sayings. Something about that sentence. Something about the way he repeated her words. It stirred a memory I couldn't quite reach. Like hearing half of a familiar song. Before I could think more about it, headlights appeared outside. His aunt had arrived. As Noah climbed into the car, he waved enthusiastically. See you Monday, coach. I waved back. That weekend we played the strongest team in the league. They were undefeated. Their coach barked orders constantly. Parents looked nervous before the opening tip. I gathered my players. I don't care if we win today. They looked confused. I care if you play together. Tyler raised his hand. What if we lose by 20? Then we lose together. What if we win? We celebrate together. Noah quietly smiled. The game was intense. We trailed almost the entire time. With less than a minute remaining, we were down by 2. The opposing team focused entirely on Tyler, assuming he'd take the final shot. Exactly what I expected. As Tyler drove into the lane, 3 defenders collapsed toward him. He kicked the ball out. Straight to Noah. The gym became silent. He looked toward me. I didn't say a word. He already knew. Shoot. The ball left his hands. High. Perfect rotation. Nothing but net. Our bench erupted. Parents screamed. Kids jumped everywhere. We won by 1 point after making one final defensive stop. The boys tackled each other in celebration. Noah stood frozen, almost unable to believe what had happened. I walked over. Game winner. His eyes filled with tears. I really did it. You sure did. The following Monday everyone at school apparently knew about the shot. Even kids from other teams congratulated him. Confidence transformed him almost overnight. He stood taller. He spoke louder. He smiled constantly. One evening after practice, he handed me a folded piece of paper. My mom wanted me to give you this. Inside was a handwritten note. Thank you for believing in my son when he didn't believe in himself. He comes home talking about practice every single day now. I haven't seen him this happy in a very long time. Thank you for giving him confidence that reaches far beyond basketball. There was no signature. Only N. I smiled. Simple. Sincere. Beautiful. I folded it carefully and slipped it into my backpack. Some notes deserve to be kept. Our championship tournament was only a week away. The kids couldn't stop talking about it. They practiced harder than ever. Even when drills became difficult, nobody complained. At the end of our final practice before the tournament, I gathered everyone into a circle. I have one rule for Saturday. Marcus groaned dramatically. Another rule? Just one. They laughed. No matter what happens. I looked around at every face. Remember why you started playing? Tyler answered first. For fun. Ben grinned. For snacks afterward. Everyone laughed. Finally, Noah spoke. To become brave. The gym grew quiet. I looked at him for a long second. Then I nodded. Exactly. None of us knew that by the end of the championship game, basketball would become the least important thing that happened that day. Because after the final whistle, while families celebrated and children chased each other across the court, one tired woman would slowly walk toward me with tears shining in her eyes. She would study my face for several silent seconds before asking a question that would shake loose a forgotten chapter of my life. You don't remember me, do you?